Again. Testing 1, 2. I listened to my own stream today for a bit. Or was it yesterday? I don't know. And it seemed that my the volume of my sound is much softer than on other YouTubes, or am I mistaken? Anyway. Okay, that's the wrong button. Clearly. No. How can I recover from this? What the hell just happened? Oh, they were moved to a different desktop. Interesting. Oh, or not. Win Super F2. This one. Yep. So now they are here again. Ah. Oh, okay. Yeah, to the dishes, dear Post Bunny. Nothing works. So I don't know, what was I doing yesterday? What a stressful day, man. That stressful day. I won't talk about it, I guess. Let's finally do some programming. Why is it so hard to figure out what is happening here? What is going wrong? TT, it core dumps still here. Which then happens apparently because I'm calling this again. This being IIBP in the iterator boolean pair. Second is a boolean. It's true. Must be true. It is false now, which means that it already existed. So I'm inserting the standard pair here. I guess the insert is for the type of this thing is a map. So glsl ID as a string as the key. Right, so I guess I'm doing this again for the same key, and then well, where this map, and this map depends on this pointer, of course. It's just a map of this object. So apparently trying to do this for the same this object here, the same key. So this should be the second time that this was printed. Let's verify that. And let's leave the editor here. Undo. Nothing. Quit. I still have something running. Quit that too. Okay, that was all. We run it here. I don't know what. Paranoid. Nothing to do. Override my file. Open the file. Check that the insert is the same. Yeah, I think so. And then the last time that I got here, Oh, that was really... Oh yeah, that's the file that we are in right now. So let's see, assert is printing that as well. And here we see that we are entering it with bottom 1. One of these days I have to fix the source code of this console. Clearly it's not able to deal with all my color stuff. There's really a gap here. So annoying. Anyway, still read it. Bottom 1. And this pointer is this. At least that I can highlight. And then we have the hypothesis that I already called it with bottom 1 for the same object. That's why it should be complaining. So if I go down and I search upwards, I find the same thing, and then we search upwards again. That's the same this pointer, and now we have bottom 1. Yeah, but okay, proven. I'm gonna search up again. Let me go down. 99%, and it was 98%. So the last two are the same. If I go up again, then what do I find? 97%, same this pointer, now top. Go up again, 88%, different this pointer, with bottom 1, 86%, bottom 0, and top. Yeah, and now we go around to the bottom. So first, you have two objects. One of them calls it 3 times with 3 different glsl ID strings, and the other one, the last one, calls it with top, and then bottom 1, and again bottom 1. No, I didn't stream yesterday. Yeah, I guess I didn't. I didn't do much either. The day before that I had a bad right eye. I was kind of afraid to, well, let's not talk about it. In case it's psychological. No, it's probably not. But still. It's a very, very distracting if I see double images with one eye, but at the moment it's okay. So we have here pipeline factory, realize bottom 1, and then again bottom 1. Hello, Max Sultram. I hope it will be a good stream, especially when good streams are those wherein I fix a lot of bugs. Why the hell is this being called twice for bottom 1? Is that always the case? Can I reproduce it? That would be so nice if I could reproduce it. So I'm gonna do this again, and then we go there again, and I look up again, and I see that it is core dumping in the same function, obviously, and that is bottom 1. It is, however, a different this pointer. Can't blame it. Switch up again. That's always, I always do that. I must do Control Shift F to highlight it and then click. Control Shift F, click. Control Shift F, click. Control Shift F, click. Always forget to click, and then this is highlighted, and then when you start typing again, it erases what I just put there. Go up again. Same thing, bottom 1. So this is a reproduce. There must be a way that I can check this faster. For example, if I just grab, no, not that. If If I just grab that string, then we see a core dump and we see realize shader. It is realize shader, yeah. Resource declaration with the bottom one. And then, yeah, again, twice on a row. This time there was only one call before that. So it doesn't produce it the same way. Let me try this again. See, now we have more calls. I would rather highlight. Let's highlight at this point anyway. I think that reproduces. So we have top, bottom one, and bottom one. I don't know what the other is. Now it's just one thread is doing. Even shorter. Top, bottom one. I'm starting to see a pattern though. Again, top, bottom one. So the first case was more the exception than the rule. Usually it just goes wrong immediately. Again short. Top, bottom one. Okay. Seems to reproduce. Now. So as far as I know, I coded something that should prevent this from happening. But I used something else than string. I used an ID. Now apparently different IDs have the same string, but they shouldn't have, so that's kind of weird. I think what I want to do is find a thread that adds bottom one to it, and then see what it does, and then let it run, and then see how it gets there again. Just follow that one thread. I'm not sure how I can do that though, because the other thread. I guess you can go here, maybe. Let's try to run it in GDB. Run in GDB. Let's set a breakpoint here. And then run. Oh, wait. Oh. Total crash. I meant Linux viewer init. And then I'll still have to add a breakpoint back now. So this is top, which is not interesting, so I do continue. Now we have bottom 0, which is not bottom 1, so yeah, I don't know, continue I guess. Now I get top, so this must be the thread, because the other thread did bottom 0. And the thread that goes wrong does twice bottom 1. I mean the other thread that did top did also bottom 0. So I'm expecting now that thread 6 Oh, fat man, hello. Are you going sleep? It seems early. But yeah, good night if you go. Thread pool. Scary shit. Sir, Fatman makes a keylogger. I have to start looking out. What was I doing? Thread pool 4. Yeah, how can I block every thread except this one? Anyway, I'm pretty no, let's do continue anyway, because still have to catch it at the bottom one. So this would be the first time that it calls it. Now I'm going to go up. Where do we come from? Up. Oh, go to bed. Right now. And sleep well. So we're calling this because this returned false. But that was based on this index. So the first time the index is 1. Well, I have no memory, so I'll just copy this to the chat. Oh, rip. Well, then not a good idea to watch the stream. You have to study. Also, this call here would or should have changed something. Let me check if I can see that. Or actually, I think I know from my head. It would be or should be the current object, I think. No, it's the object that this is pointing to. Or not. No idea. No idea. Good. Project sources, test and set prepared, which is defined here. And which looks at, yeah, that thing. Maybe you can still print it though. Seems unlikely because this debugger sucks. Added shader resource plus characteristic list R. I don't know how to do that. Huh? What? Well, sort of. Cannot resolve method. This debugger is so bad. You don't want to know it. You mean sounds? Oh, okay. Most people say I sound like 30, but 1200 is a possibility as well. Did you see the first movie called Highlander? All the movies after that sucked. And it's probably not a good movie anymore now anyways, because it's so old. Bad effects and stuff. But I have my house, well, this is maybe exaggerated, but I have more than one image poster of Highlander. And I think that I identified a bit with this immortal guy, as it were, so that's why. Very, very, very annoying, this. Is there another way? Can I already see the glsl ID string? Also not, I guess. Probably not. Nope. Although, well, I can print this maybe. So debugger isn't 100% lame. It's 100% lame. More than 100%. It crashed. Jimmy will silently stop. Yeah, just begin from the start. Well, I liked this story a lot. Back then it was a really, really impressive movie. But I'm spoiled with good effects, so I cannot enjoy any movie that is older than 10 years or even older than 5 years, because they keep improving stuff. And then when I see old movies, you think, I want to see the modern special effects. Although now, these days special effects have become so incredibly good that you can't spot them anymore. So, like, only the actors are real and the rest is special effect. That's basically how every movie looks like these days, literally. And yeah, then they can do anything they want, of course, because they did drew the whole world that you see, everything. At some point, you just don't notice it anymore. But back when the Matrix 1 came out, that was the first movie that used delayed action. So slow motion action while the camera rotated around it. So like you see the Matrix, you see him jump up and give a kick with one foot. Then the whole scene would slow down, all the raindrops would slow down, and then the camera rotates around that scene. These days they would do that with CGI, of course. But the Matrix 1, they did it with just a lot of still cameras. They had like, I don't know, 150 normal cameras that all made one photo. And then they did still use a computer to go to morph the images from one picture to the next. So that way they could rotate around it. If they would have done that with a real camera, then the whole camera would have been damaged because of the extreme high G forces. That fast it would be rotating around it. So that was not possible. But that was beautiful. Seeing that kind of effect for the first time. Absolutely amazing. And not that long after that I saw another movie. I cannot remember the title. But it was kind of a loner guy in what kind of French Revolution time? 1800 something. And then he stopped a bunch of guys who were running after a woman in the fields, and they attacked him, of course. And then he drew his sword and killed all 6. And that was then also filmed in slow motion while the camera rotated around it. The whole action of killing all 6. Absolutely amazing. That's so beautiful. So, the other people just started using the same special effect. The younger people probably don't understand this, but I grew up with all the fight scenes were blurry and shaky. Something happened, shake the camera so you can't see how bad it is. So it was so incredibly beautiful to see action scenes in slow motion. But that began, yeah, really, really, really nice. Bloody hell, fat man. Dude, I'm gonna kick you. Go to bed. What are you still doing here? Now you make me feel like I have to stop streaming to make you go to bed. Really. Click. Close this window and go to bed. I don't know if you can see it, but I put you in timeout. So even if you type anything now, nobody will see it. So you might as well go. Damn it. I want to concentrate on my code, not on the chat. Top, continue, bottom 0, continue, bottom 1, continue, top, continue, bottom 1, up, 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 up. I'm gonna set a breakpoint here, I think. Although I don't know how often it will get there. It's hard to catch the right thread. Maybe you can guess it or just try it. I hope it reproduces it. So I'm gonna run it from the beginning. It is, however, extremely annoying, this debugger, because you can only run all the threads and not just one. I want to say continue this thread and don't run any other thread. So this is a top, one of them. I don't know which. Do I do continue? Breakpoint 1, so now I should be able to see what it is. Yes, top. Continue. Got here again. Now hopefully this is bottom 0. But no, the other thread hits it. But it should then still be top, so I do continue. Now we are back here, breakpoint 1 with top. And then I do continue, and then we see bottom 1. So I missed it. Thank you very much. How is that possible? And again. Okay, let's remember thread 3 for some reason, if that is the same. This must be thread 3 is thread 3. It must be top. That is top. Continue. Thread 3. Continue. Still thread 3, bottom 0. Okay, so now we know it's not thread 3 that we were looking for. Thread 2. It is thread 2 that we're looking for. This must be top. And it is top. Thread 3, continue. Thread 3, continue. Thread 2. I got him. Okay, so now we can step through this. I'm gonna type init, just in case that wasn't done. Should have, otherwise we would have stopped already, I think. But anyway, step. Print index as again 1. So now this time, see the other threads keep running. It's so annoying. Is prepared is false. And the reason is yeah, I mean, that should just work. I'm afraid I still can't print this. I should not have done next. I should have stepped into the operator. But okay. I have the feeling that it's just, you know, the index will be different. Might as well check that before I go. Have to rerun the debugger again. So I'm going to do, I guess, just next anyway. Yeah, it's not too late. Oh, I can still step into it. I can still step into it. Of course, step. What line are we in? 851. Step. Next. It's a usage thing. Yeah. Then I do a step again, I guess. Nope, not getting it. So wrapper around the vector. Vector, which is derived from standard vector, length 0, capacity 4, length 3, I mean. And we have index prepared is going to set. So what's going to set prepared is true. That's for index 0, right? And then we have prepared is false, yeah. Okay. I want to set a watch point on both. I mean, now I'm here anyway. But that's not easy. Too difficult. I don't know how to access this prepared with this horrible debugger. Okay, my standard answer to Carlo, I have a question, cannot be given because children might be listening. But it's something along the lines of it's normal, don't worry. And the semantic translation is, if you have a question, just ask. So distracting. Up. And just doing next. Next. Calypso, I have no idea. Right, so now it should be true, but I cannot check it because I didn't get the address. I do have this address. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm just going to continue. This was thread 2, right? Thread 2, I'm going to continue, and then it does its thing. Breakpoint 1 for bottom 1, continue. Breakpoint 2. Step. So this now should not return true, aka this should not return false. And you can step into it again. Well, that's the first print index, because my theory was that this is now 2. That is 2. Might as well. Well, then I know that unprepared is going to be false. So yeah. Hey, Omnic. See ya. Yeah, your question makes no sense whatsoever. Although the answer is C++ because Rust doesn't have all the Vulkan bindings supported yet. But the difficulty is not in the language, that's for sure. Yeah, okay, so apparently even though index is 2, I get the same glsl ID string as we did get for 1. Let me have a good look at this source code here. So the index went from 1 to 2. Oh, we're just looping over it, so no surprises there. But the glsl ID string, for some reason, and what is that glsl ID string? Isn't that just part of the shader resource? I don't think so. I would think so, because it's more or less the same as a debug name, I think. I should have printed the shader resource. I'm afraid I have to catch it again at this point and then see what shader resource is. Or I could add the debug output, or we can have a look at the debug output that is written here, which is in the loop of the function prepare whatever. Okay, let me try that. I'm running this again. Let's just run it like this. Crash is here, the first call, the last call I mean is here. With bottom 1. The first call is here, bottom 1. The first of the first calls to bottom 1 is anyway. And then this must have been called from that, and we are in thread pool 6. That is here, thread pool 6. Then I want to see the output of thread pool 6. Call set fill index ins, which is going to take a long time. So much usage. 75%, 37% more usage. Okay, I don't want to see any usage. Let's Continue, tell me. It's more usage than I had expected. Do something else. Vulkan, there we are. Continued. Right, this is after the partitioning. 94%. Yeah, and then I suppose that now more usage. Oh yeah. Entering and share the resource plus correct list begin. Oh, it still uses. It's entering set layout, insert descriptors set layout binding. Oh, that's triple 3. More usage, more usage, more usage. Here's an all DC always. Calling prepare shader resource declaration on top, passing and at shader stage. Is that the output that I was looking for? I think so. Yeah, that's it. Calling prepare shader resource declaration on. And it says top. I'm going to say that's correct. Did not print anything else interesting, unfortunately. That really should be the same shader resource pointer to. I mean, continue. We get. Here's the realize with the top. And then I get again. What? Did I see this one declaration? Constructor. Still top. I don't think the usage output is very useful. I think I'm going to do this again. This debugging takes long. One, I'm turning off the usage output because it just gives too much and I want to skip it anyway. Secondly, let's simply print a resource shader as well. I mean the actual pointer, so now I can be 100% sure because it's actually the only thing I want to know at this moment, that it gets the same resource, shader resource, by pointer, that is. And while I'm at it, if it is the same, well then the key should be the same, of course. No, wait, where did I get that from? I got it from that thing using this index. Yeah, let's just print the index anyway. Let's not do it here actually. Let's do it here. So that index, I get this shader resource. And this is the same thing. So if the index is different, isn't it? Yeah. I guess. I want to look for this thing first, don't I? Yeah. So we have bottom 1 here, and then we have bottom 1 again, and it is still thread pool 6. And then there was indeed another function. This one. Yeah. And then I want to find thread pool 6. Now we jump immediately to the and no, we don't. Fill set index hints. Random number. Seed used. Continued. Okay, that went a lot faster. The usage gone. And then here we have our first DC always. And it says characteristic index equals 0. Oh, this is top. It must be top then. Yes, of course it is top. The first one is always top. See the resource 1FE8 is top. Prepare with 0. Prepare. What am I looking for? Oh, the next arrows. Next arrow. There we are. Except this is a different thread. Yeah, the next arrows for thread pool 6 arrows. Larger than that. Now we have index 1, which the resource is 2898. And that is bottom 1. And then, yeah, we just do our thing again, I guess. I think everyone is a Python freak, and they are just watching this out of masochism. No, I have seen people watch this watch this stream saying that they coded in Python. Something like, and then I thought Python was difficult. What am I looking for? I'm not getting it, Post Bunny. I mean, I didn't call you out, and due to the delay between the chat and the stream, it's hard to catch a joke. No, C++ is more difficult. Python coders look at this stream and then they said something like, and then I thought Python was difficult. Although I would interpret it, that as I know Python and I really don't understand this, but that's kind of obvious if you don't know C++. But you know Python instead. But still, I mean, really, every time people say something like this or ask it, it's not about the language, it's about what you code. That makes it difficult. The language itself has absolutely zero to do with it, in my opinion. Ask for a simple problem and you can code it in any language. It doesn't matter. Ask for a difficult problem and it's a difficult thing. The advantage of C++ is that you can always code it, whatever the problem is. How difficult it is doesn't matter. But that also allows for a lot of opportunities to shoot yourself in the foot. So if you don't master it, then you know at some level you're better off with a simpler language. I don't know how to describe it, but say someone who doesn't know anything about weapons at all takes a man in black weapon and start shooting around and completely obliterates themselves with how do you call that? Backfire thing. They could better have taken a knife. Or a normal gun. But then you have to see the movie Man in Black first, I guess. Koshila, to work hard. I last watched a YouTube where someone said, if you feel comfortable while learning, you're not learning anything. Well, you have to see blood, sweat and tears. And you must be exhausted and you must continuously have the feeling that you can't do it and that it's too difficult and so on. And then not give up and then you'll learn something. I'm clicking the chat away for a bit because I'm not making progress and I forgot again what I was doing. Is this the first or the second time I run into bottom one? This is the first time, I think. It was 2898. Yeah, okay. Same. You get the exact same shader resource by pointer for the different shader resource plus characteristic index. Yeah. How did that happen? So now we're talking about this list having the same shader resource in it twice, at least, for two different indexes. And they're, yeah. And that thing is a read locked. Which is a wrapped which is again wrapped vector using a shader resource plus characteristic index. So it's definitely wrong, because that means that this index here represents the shader resource and also the characteristic. But it should never happen that two different indexes give the same shader resource. So we have to look at the code where this is being inserted or added as a vector, assigned. Yeah, in case anyone really wonders, by the way, I've said this one before, but a utils vector is just a standard vector, but I changed it a little bit so that you can only use this type for the index of the operator square brackets, which I think is safer. So it's just a vector storing that, but you can only use this, which is not an int, some abstract type, wrapping an int as the index. Then that vector is wrapped in usage detector, which it does a debug thing, doesn't do anything, it just prints it whenever you use it. So it's still just a vector, except that it prints it whenever you use something of the vector. And that then is put in here, and it's wrapped in AI thread safe, which also doesn't do anything except adding a mutex. So now it's a vector mutex pair. And here it says what mutex and what the policy is, etc. But whatever. In this case, it's really just a mutex. So this really is just a vector, but then also with the mutex, and you can only access the vector by locking the mutex. So that's why it is thread safe, because you can only access it when you have the mutex locked. So it looks very difficult, all these lines and blah 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 and templates and stuff, but it's really just a vector, a thread safe vector, because you need to lock a mutex to access it. And this name here is passed to the usage detector, so it can print whatever the name is when you access it. Okay, having said that, let's have a look at this, where it is used. Quit, project sources. This is taking a write log, this is taking a read log. In both cases we just logged the mutex because mutex is not a read or write log. But it gives a bit more safety, robustness, because if I use the RAT axis, it's the read access type, then I only get const access. I can only read it, I cannot write to it. So yeah, sometimes it is still nice to know that you only have read access, even though you block other readers as well by locking the mutex. A real read-write lock would not block other readers when you lock the read lock, of course. I'm still stressed by the stock market, you know that? Probably also because it's not resolved. I almost lost €1,000 today. Because of some absolutely crazy shit. I won't get into it because it's not related to the stream, but really unbelievable. I bought and sold the same stock 22 times today. So you get a feeling for how crazy it was. Okay, what was I doing? Trying not to be stressed. Yeah, I have to look at where it is being written to. So that would be one of the watch, and we see two of them. And let's just begin with the first one. Take the right lock and then place back. That will definitely be filling it. The function is called add shader resource, which also makes a lot of sense. I think this is the only one. The other one, I don't know what it's doing, but it's probably not very interesting. I thought it was sorting. This is read access, is checking if it is empty, and again, and then just be sorted at the end. So I'm not sure what changed, but we didn't add anything. It just resorted. Yeah, just sorting. I don't know. But apparently I think we just add stuff and then afterwards we sort it. But I'm more interested now in why the same thing was added twice. So the sorting is not very important. So this is the one then, and that is being called an add shader resource is being called, which should be called exactly once for each time we call add combined image sampler. So don't tell me I called that twice. For bottom 1 and not for bottom 0. That would be extremely annoying if that is the case. And I would have, well, then the assert is exactly on top. It says don't register the same share resource twice. So if I'm doing that, oh, really? Really? It might just be the case that I'm doing that, and I think it's pretty hard. It was pretty hard to to get here. So I probably should add a debug code to catch it if I do that already here. Immediately at the add shader resource. I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. So let's add debug code here. No, I can just add an assert, I think. So I want to make sure that we don't have a... it's not that easy actually. No. Okay, I have an iterator to a member of this thing, which was a vector of this object here. Which contains that, which contains a shadow pointer. Oh, fill in text. Yeah. In other words, I'm not having a range now, but that is going to be a problem then as soon as I have a range. It is going to be called multiple times for the same shader resource. Can't do that. I just simply cannot use because of the fill index. It's totally called shader resource plus characteristic, not plus fill index. But that's what it is. So yeah, wrong name. Absolutely wrong name. Yeah, I was like, I can hijack this vector, but no, I cannot. Because it's going to have, I think, it's problematic. Definitely problematic. I don't know what to do with these fill indexes at this point here. Why are they even in there? Maybe they shouldn't be. I mean, this is filled in, it has nothing to do with the fill index. I don't think I should store the fill index in here. But they're now making it difficult again. A difficult change. Let me quickly check if I already used this somewhere. Shade resource plus characteristic dot h. Oh, that is annoying. Pipeline factoring 232. Oh, there it is actually, the second one. Fill index is being used. So pipeline factory 1441. Update descriptor set. Yeah, too difficult. I think I'll just not use this index at all. Test and set prepared. The shader result index. You can no longer use this. The add shader result characters. You can also no longer use it. Instead, I want to use some unique ID, I guess, for the shader resource. I thought a key was also used here. Yeah. Let's use that key. Actually, apparently, well, no, yeah, I mean, to set index int. What is this for thing? It's a map. You know, since this is the only place where it is set, I can use this map. Abuse this map. Abuse this map. T. So then I want to do the same thing as here. To find 7.5. Can I just copy this? No. No, wait. This is really confusing, because I'm about to say like, well, we should only get here. No, we should only do this once per shader resource. Therefore, shader resource has a unique key. So, and this is the only place where I inserted in this map here. So I might as well look if this insert is the first time. But that means, that I would not need a test at all, but I do. Or I'm inserting in. Yeah, I'm going to try to change this while it exists already. So I changed the set indexings. When the hell will that happen? Can hardly imagine I would want to do that. But okay, let's code it that way. See what happens. So I want to simply do an insert then. Not defined, not this, not this. I want to do an insert. I'm gonna get an auto iterator boolean pair equals this dot insert, and then a standard pair, I guess. I don't want to use standard pair. Seem to have to use standard pair, but it's not an insert type. Anyway, it's going to be key, and then this thing that I want to insert, and then we only do this when it got inserted. I think I need this maybe, cert or a sign. Yeah, that returns an IBP. If I call one of these two, aka this one, and then it's just key comma object. The object being moved. I can also move the key I want. Looks like exactly what I want. And I press the wrong button again. Okay, so we want insert or assign. But I can only move it. Set index hints. What does this return? Oh, let's make it a temporary then, I guess. Set index hints. It's just a set index hint pair. Sorry, set index hint. Yeah, I don't think this my set index hint probably does not have a move. No move constructor or anything. And it seems to be under my control. So yeah, I'm going to assume that either it doesn't compile or it doesn't get moved. And I can just use it again. But that looks a bit dirty. But I do have to need... Wait, I can't use it temporarily. What am I doing? Yeah. The point is that I'm doing it here again. So it was like, I want to use this thing that I just assigned again here, instead of looking it up again. But that looks too dirty to move it and then use it again. The set index hint after this should be expected to be not reusable, but although I know that it is, but yeah, well, to avoid all this confusion, I'll just use this, and then this returns a temporary, I think, not a cons reference, does it? Set index hints is as a vector, so yeah, then actually not sure. It's going to return something by value or not. I'm not sure. Either way, I'll just try it. Just gonna try this. That was a quick compile, 35 files. Well, not impressive. Deadlocked. And now we get something. I'm getting so tired of this. Getting really tired. Pipeline all available. Hanging something. Yes, I did have dinner, boss buddy. Oh shit. Boss bunny, I did hide you by accident. I wanted to kill the other ones. Can you say something to see if I did unhide you? You should be unhidden. I don't know. Yeah, Boys Bunny, are you still there? Just say something in chat, and if I don't react, then say something on Discord. Oh, nice pictures of the semi-clean kitchen. No, wait, that was the first picture. Was the dirty picture? Yeah. Okay, I see. I see your message. Yep, I did. Okay, so why on earth can I not get this to work? Well, I got rid of the assert, but I don't have the feeling that it got any better. I am going to search again for this, I guess for this, and then on the output below it. Hey, holy. Yeah, sorry, Post Bunny. I thought let's not. I wanted to chat more, but not while I'm streaming, I guess. What is going on here? Bottom 0. Okay. Guess what I was thinking, Post Bunny. And then we get again top and again bottom 0. This is also confusing. No, you didn't. You didn't. Dirty, dirty kitchen, yes. Before and after. She showed me how the kitchen was cleaned. Bottom 1. Why is this so bloody confusing? Okay, thread pool 0, top, bottom 0, bottom 1. And here we have thread pool 0, top, bottom 0. Fake stuff. Bottom 1. Still thread pool 0, by the way. It's just a weird thing that if I do a single pipeline, it works. And if I do 2 pipelines, then it should still work, but it doesn't. Not at all. So there must be a race condition, or it maybe the change that I just made fixed the assert but broke even the single pipeline. Maybe we should check that. Wait, looking for bottom 1. Unfinished sound. Yeah, it finds it twice. Let's look for compiling. Let's all leap forward, I guess. So all this looks good. And then the next compiling, I mean that always works. Vertex, well always. The vertex shader compiling here. This is the fragment shader, and it finally replaced both top and bottom 1. And then we have the other one. Compiling. There's also top and bottom 1. Why actually? But yeah, and then another vertex here. Here we have another vertex here. Why? Did I jump to the top or what? Why is it compiling everything so often? Yeah, it seems that at least, you know, there was a problem that the mshader variables were not all there, and now it seems to at least find everything. So, but don't ask me why it is compiling this often. That must have gone around. This looks perfect. Perfect does it look. No, it's just compiling 4 times, and just a minute ago I had the feeling it was compiling like 8 times. Why? No, I guess I mislooked. So okay, one pipeline compiles both vertex shader and fragment shader, and both do it, and everything works. No problem. Seems I fixed something then, at least. But if now I edit window.h and I go back to one pipeline, I still want it to work. Number of pipelines. So there's back to 1. Now Omnic is back, and hello LGL. That still works. Todo, we did make progress. Yeah, it looks like a charm, as it were. And then we change this back to 2. And everything breaks. I'll add it anyway. Bottom 1. I have fragment 0 still using bottom 1. I don't want that. It was just a test for a single pipeline. The single pipeline test, as it were. I did have to make another change, I remember now, in order to get the bottom 1 to work. So if I change it back to bottom 0 and the number of pipelines back to... really, again? Dude. Oh. Change this back to 1, then it should not work, because there was something I needed to change, and I forgot what. CIS, wasn't it? CIS. I think I changed CIS, or I had to change CIS. I don't hear. I'm not doing that. Or did I add a +1 here? Can anyone remember that? No, that would change TI. I had to change sys. Why? How can it work with bottom 1? So confused. So now I change that back to bottom 0 and 1 pipeline. Bottom 1 worked. How can bottom 0 work? Cannot. That looks like it works. Oh, so it didn't work. Yeah, now I vaguely remember that it was still gray. Okay, so this works. And if I do... I make this a 1, then it is gray. Yeah, it stays gray. Yep. Okay. And for that I had to change the sys, but now it's not changed. So I think I have something like it was something like if sys equals 1, then sys is 2, or something like that. From the top of my head. Yep, that worked. But then that means that this should also work. And it coordinates. Well, at least we have an insertion. Oh no. different every time. Very different every time. Very, very different. I want to see it work completely just once. Nope, they stay gray. Yay! 3 out of 4. You think we can get one time to get it to work completely? Yeah, doesn't seem so. When a shoot happens, it's always in the same place, it seems. Also, well, we have hanging, no image at all in hanging. And now we have small twos, you have this. Oh, is it different assert or not? It's 11, 13. I thought it was always the same. Yeah, it's always this one or not? Did I see another one? No, that's the same one that I already saw anyway. Again, 11, 13. 3 times. Not bad. There's validation errors. It's a really, really, really big mess, I would say, still. Yeah, there's also a reason that I didn't stream yesterday, I must say. My program is in this shape. I don't feel like stream. I just want to work, sit alone, all on my own, while I work on this, because really... No, I don't think I can get them to work all 4. So yeah, I don't know what to do next. Yeah, I'm probably okay with using Discord. So like I was doing today, just paste stuff. That's also good for me to keep a log of things that I'm doing, so I can look it back. So definitely helpful. And I can use Discord as my scratch pad. I'm kind of stuck right now. I'm thinking about what would be a good next step, but I mess it up so much. It's a feeling. I don't know. It's really. Pooh. It's very hard to debug as well because there's so many threads. And this is caused by race conditions. I have no idea where they would exist. Kind of took that into account while I wrote it, so what is going on? I guess that one way to maybe figure it out, if I could really separate all the output of the two different pipelines, like write them to different files almost, and then it's easier to see where something changes in comparison to running just a single pipeline. The way they are now, well, intercepted, what is the word? Interleaved, maybe. Did you make a second thing that the one descriptor doesn't get called twice? I cannot quite follow you, I'm afraid. What's up, Omnic? You have ideas how we can continue this? I mean, debugging, what to do next? So let me explain the program, or not this, but let me try to at least get something that looks a bit like, okay, so like this. So on the left side we have pipeline 0, and on the right side I have pipeline 1. And the vertex shader just creates two instances of something that is just, I think, a few triangles. So you have here, I don't know how many triangles. I think I used more than 2 triangles. And you know, just to have a triangle here, and then, a square here existing of, I don't know, maybe 32 triangles here. And another one here, so it's a different instance. And here as well. And then depending on the instance, in the fragment shader, it uses one or the other texture. So you should see the same texture here and there, and a different texture here and there, by the way, because the texture is chosen from three textures that I have called combined image samplers in the program. Top, and I use top for both pipelines. And bottom 0 is used here, and bottom 1 is used here. So pipeline 1 uses bottom 1, and then pipeline 0 uses bottom 0. Now they are gray, which means that initially the combined image samplers were set to some gray texture. That is really a texture what you see. It's just a gray texture. And then afterwards, using a timer, I'm setting the other images. So the timer set this one and this one, but it did not set this one and this one for some reason. Did not change the right thing, or I don't know what failed. Sometimes it does set this one. That works sometimes. We saw that. But this one, yeah, it's completely not working. And sometimes even worse things happen. I mean, if this was the only thing, it was probably not that difficult. But I also see, well, you just saw it. Sometimes you see nothing. It's a completely black. Black is no texture whatsoever. There are so many things happening. The timers, okay. I believe the timers are just in window here. Timer. So the timer is set to 200 milliseconds at the moment. And then it runs this lambda. This is all on this code here. And it ends with calling run at the end, which is if it runs that, because it apparently that depends on something, then it does it 200 milliseconds later, it runs this again. There is no random in here now. I guess I could look for this debug output and see that we are indeed called 4 times. Let's do that. So I'm gonna do troop, add even core dumps. Timer didn't go off at all. Wow. And now we hang. Now the timer got off 4 times, as it should. I guess that if we core them rather quickly, then the timer just did not have any time to go off. So I think an immediate core dump, wherever that is, was an assertion, I suppose. Just does not give the timer any chance, but otherwise, as you see, it works. Omnic asks what means ++mvar. That is increments mvar with 1. It's a pre-increment. I don't understand Stankovic's question. Now I only saw one thing being changed after a second. I can try it again. This time nothing happens. It's dead. Immediate core dump. Again this. Maybe with this timing it is more reproducible. So far I only saw two different things. We get this, or it stays black. Oh, now we get something else, of course. Now this one is gone. But okay, mostly it stays black, like in this case. All that, but it's definitely different. It is definitely different. I don't see it producing a larger textures anymore. And this one, this staying black reproduces so well that maybe I can debug that. Oh no, there was a core dump. That's also different. Sometimes it just hangs and sometimes it core dumps. Two different things. Yes, indeed. Although there is a difference, so the timer was doing something, interfering with something, but using 1000 milliseconds is indeed better. It removes some randomness from the output. This looked like 2 seconds, so I think the first one was not visible or didn't happen, and then it did the 2 and then it did the 1-3, and I did not the other one. So this is the best we can get. Yeah. How to debug something like this? Well, they have been a lot before I increased the timer. What happens if I don't write it to a file? I don't think the timer fails. No. Well, we can easily test that. I just run it. Ooh, it's the best. They got set at the same time. Did I see that correctly? Yeah, I guess so, because they are essentially the same texture. This is just top. So when top is set by the timer, it sets both at the same time. But anyway, see the timer went off 4 times. Run it again. Timer should have gone off 4 times. I mean, we're at 4 seconds. It doesn't matter that it hangs. It does hang. So you have to Control C it. But the timer still went off. I don't think this output will ever change. It's just the timer's work. Completely independent code that I wrote way before I worked on Vulkan here. Now, no, it wasn't. It wasn't while I tested with a 200 millisecond timer. Then sometimes you got 2 at the top and 1 3 at the bottom. I'm wondering, I mean, there are so many different ways that it goes wrong now that I first have to make the decision which particular problem I want to tackle first. Probably smart to try to tackle the one that happens most often. Now that's weird. Now it is, well, yeah, if you go off first 4 times, then, huh? Now there was a second difference between these two, so I'm really confused here. Okay, this assertion does happen quite often, so I could start looking into that, because, well, it's an assert. It says something. Okay, so this may not happen. Set index must be less than I end. I do not even understand my comment anymore. I have printed all of the sorted descriptor set layouts that we're currently running over. And then we get from the descriptor set layout I get a hint, and the hint is converted to the real set index. The set index is defined, but not less than the size of the Vulkan handle vector containing descriptor set layouts. I guess it should not happen. Then things were okay. Let me see, did this code in Pipeline Factory? Well, I guess I could just run it with a lot of debug output with a single Pipeline Factory, and then at least we know what the output should look like, I think. Update missing descriptor sets. Omnic, if you could compile my program, then you can debug it on your PC. And that would be awesome. How about you get it to compile? I can push everything I have, which is I think I'm a month behind, if not 2 months with pushing. I'm not sure, but if you want to give this a shot, then tell me, and I'll push everything I have, and then the next hour I'll help you to get it to compile, because that's not easy. I told people before, you are never going to get this to compile on your own, you need my help. But they were going to try anyway, and then after that I never saw them back again. So I rather don't let anyone try it without that I'm around. And you see, yeah, that's the last word, famous last word. I explain you later. And then I'll never hear from him again, because he's going to try to compile my project. I'm very serious, Omnic. I would love it if you would want to debug my program. That maybe you didn't mean that, but you said, I love to debug, gonna get me a PC. Oh, you don't have a PC? Oh, I read it as gonna get me my PC or something like that. If you don't have a PC, then well, it's going to take a year before you can do this. You first have to install Linux on it. Okay, yeah. Let's keep in touch over Discord. Are you on Discord? I think so, yeah. Let me know when you have a PC with Linux on it. Oh, your PC is... do you have Linux on your PC? Because that's also, you know, like... If you are really a Windows user and you never installed Linux before... you have. Okay, well, that's a big hurdle. So that's good to hear. Good post. Yeah, Omnic is the smartest guy in this chat, I think. When he's saying something about my code, it makes sense. And it's helpful, even, yeah. Wish I had more viewers like that. And we can really talk about code. Instead of people asking what is better, Rust or C++, or how much money do you make, or, you know, all those questions that have nothing to do with what I'm doing. They are only distracting. Well, Omnic talks about the project. It's super interesting, not distracting at all. And that's what the chat is really for, I think. Poor Post Bunny. Yeah, well, I don't expect you to start talking about code. You can just be yourself. I was not talking about Post Bunny. I was talking about other people that ask questions like I just mentioned. Hey. Yeah, Post Bunny is valuable as well to keep what is it? Having an active chat is good. I just want to make a compliment to his Omnic for asking good C++ questions. He did not want to is a word insult or something. Didn't even think about Postman. Thought about all the other people. Ja. Postman is out chill here. And manager and lots of stuff. What to do next? I had an idea. Oh yeah, this is what. Wait. This is what search. So I'm going to have a look at the output of this call and what is inside of it. But I need probably more debug output. So we already sprint the whole thing that I'm looping over here. I want to print everything. Let's indent this a bit. Let's indent it with a percentage. Can someone tell me why this S is has a different call? Surely I can just do this. No? I mean, it's just a string. It's not printf or anything. I think the syntax highlighting is confused. Now I want to know the size of this thing as well. Might as well print everything that's in it, I guess. No, not really. It's just empty. The m set index end is the size, so probably should just print that here. Say DODC always. Set index end is that. And I really want to be able to very simply get all this output. I'm going to put XXX in front of everything. So I can just grab for that and then we'll see everything of this function. Okay, yeah, well, is there more in this output? I mean, more in this function? Yes, a lot more. Is this a re-entrant function? Oh boy, maybe it is. Do we have a return? Do we have a Do we return a boolean? We return a boolean. A horror. Yep, return true. Return false. Out DC always. Leaving wherever we are. What is the current function? Now, let's see what this does. Control delete, might not, I don't know. I don't think it does do anything, but I'm not going to try. Let's put it that way. It might reboot. I usually just type reboot or just, I don't know. I have a shutdown somewhere. You used to be able to shut down X by pressing Control Alt Backspace, but I don't think that works here anymore. TT. Has it become this? Yeah, probably added lines. But this is wrong output then. And I should have written it to a file anyway. Okay, it did not assert, so I'm going to assume that now maybe it is correct output. No, got there. What is this? No output at all. What the hell is going on here? Now the hanging occurs pretty early, I suppose, and this must be a timer, right? Timer expired. What do you have here? Call back. I think it's just another timer. Yeah, and this is before the timer went off, right? Now we have just lots of stuff. Something that I recognize here. Compiling fragment shader with bottom one in it. And then running PipelineCharacteristics compiled. This deadlock is also very interesting to investigate, if you ask me. It's hanging on an AI stateful task mutex. This task is hanging on I don't know which hex value to search on. This is usually this pointer. A new node. Should probably mention that. This is a mutex, which is again different. Whatever that is. I think I'm just gonna search for this. No, look, all the hex values are different. Confusing. There's another one. Taint lock. No. It's trying to lock here as well. There, all the threads are locking, trying to lock something. Look at the line numbers because I feel that yeah, you're going around here, so it's just 4 of them. Sorry, old Nick. Let me read that. It has read problems, so it is trying to reference in the VGA every loop. No, don't understand what you're talking about. I just want to see good output. And now it hangs every time. Oh. Well, I call that good output-ish. Hey, man, but just putting it there. Oh, horror. Clearly you have now output from 2 pipelines. This is 1 pipeline. Nope, it's just 1. It's only printed once, but okay, all the other things are indented and belong to that function. Also the same thread, so. Yeah, yes, I upload them once, but that's been done. I don't think it's any problem with uploading textures. Okay, here we have this function is being called, and then it says sorted descriptor set layouts equals, and then we get all the elements. Sorted binding of flags is part of it. So how many do we have? That 2 of them, and it's the same handle that I see here, whatever that is. Set index hint 1. And 0. Why the hell is that using the same handle? And here I have set index 0 and set index 1. Different order. Well, if it's calling itself sorted, but it doesn't sort on set index, then I don't know what it's doing. Maybe it's just sorting on handle, and since the handle is the same, it depends on coincidence which one comes first. Set index end is 2. I guess that means that we have 2 elements here in the whatever the sorted script set layouts is, map or something, vector, I don't know, vector, yeah. And then we have set index 1 and 0 after converting the hints. So that would be a translation map from probably identity map 0 to 0 and 1 to 1. I mean, this 0 is translated to that 0 and this 1 is just the other one. Okay, I'm blind. Where is the 1? Yeah. The 1 is translated to 1. My guess is that here the 0 is translated to 1 and the 1 is translated to 0, because they are still done in the same order here. But I think it's fishy. Anyway, now let's do this for an assert. Now we have to assert here. So let me just do the grab here. Now, how weird is that? The output is the same. Oh, because I'm clapping on 2. Must take 2. Yeah, okay, the problem is now that we have 0 and 1 still, but the 1 is too large for this size. So the change is that the set index end is 1, which would, I think, mean that we have only 1 entry. Is that true? Doesn't look true at all. 1 entry, 2 entries. It looks pretty much the same. We have here, we still have 4 times the same handle. And this is an entry with 0, 1, and then we have an entry with 0, 1 as well. So y is in this case set index end equal to 1. Well, it should have been 2. Now let's run this with a single pipeline to be 100% sure what the output should be. Number of pipelines. So 2, 1. Yeah, could be a bad name. My the way I write it, TROEP is a troep, and Dutch means junk. But you're just combining things. Oh no, yeah, it's here, triple X troep. Yeah. Okay, I made it. Now I can run it. All 3. Keep the other ones. What the hell? I thought it worked always. No. No. It's gray. What? What? How can I have been this stupid? I forgot to change this one back. That one must be 0. Yes, thank you very much. No wonder we never got vortexes. Finally something that makes sense. Okay, 0, 1. Well, at least the handle is the same. Also, I still don't know, and I still don't understand exactly why, but I'll go with it because it worked. And then maybe it's the layout handle and the layout is the same or something like that. Anyway, we have 0, 1 and then the size is 2 and this is 0 and 1. Okay, so yes. Leaving with true. Yeah, we're also leaving with true. And here we are crashing. And here are leaving with true, so even leaving with false is not in the picture. Could also give all kinds of horror, but not related to this horror. Yeah, so pretty much inclined that the crash reason is then that MZ index end is 1 for some reason. I start to remember why I had it on 200 milliseconds, because this is slow. Help. Help. Good that I did run it again. 1. Now it's just 1. It is 1 here. It can happen that it is 1. Do we have only a single? Yeah, we have only a single entry now. A single set index hint. I'm like, okay, go to one pipeline and I know what the right debug output is. But no, even with one pipeline, even though working, it changes. Sometimes you get this and sometimes you get that. Why on earth? I think I must stop streaming and then I'll do this on my own. Not today, but tomorrow or something. I feel very uncomfortable working on this mess while on the stream. I must say. Plus, it's simply harder to concentrate at the moment while streaming. Yes, okay. You go cleaning and then I'll stop streaming. Yeah, people, I'll see you when I'll see you. Hopefully, I'll have this fixed soon, and maybe I'll stream anyway. But right now, I feel like I don't know, being alone with my misery, I guess. Okay. What is an if operator? Great. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow then on Discord. And please let the stock market be better. Because I hope I can fall asleep. It's a bad story there. B-A-D. It was so crazy that I went all in at some point, and now I'm all in. As in, my whole life savings is in the stock, and I have no idea what it's going to do. So that's a bit scary. Hopefully it will go up. Okay, good night. Where do we have OBS? Yeah.